Is it? Is it? Is it? Are you okay? Hi everybody, welcome back to another video. This week we're going to do everything about my first time ever. So today when I was at the grocery store, there were like two old ladies talking about their first period experience, and I was like, yeah. And then I was like, wait, I'm gonna do a video about that. Not about my first period, but about everything that I did for the very first time in my life. So let's get started. What was your first car? To this day I still do not own a car. I haven't owned a car, but the first car that I was driving was a VW, which was my parents' car, and it was icy, and it was in February. But to this day I still haven't owned a car, and if I owned a car, if that's relevant, my dream car would be a Yukon XL GMC. The bigger the better. When was your first public speaking success? Success? To this day I haven't really experienced any success when it comes to public speaking, because believe it or not, I'm really shy and I hate public speaking and I'd rather not do it. I have to work on that, I know. When was your first time you got stitches? Wow, this video is gonna be so boring because to this day I still haven't gotten any stitches. There was no need for it. But I do have a scar here that should have gotten stitches but nobody realized, so I lived without and I survived. When was the first time you stayed up all night and watched the sunrise? Ow! I remember. It was in 8th grade. We left late night. We walked up all the night, like as a class, and then we watched the sunrise and we got brunch up there. That was really beautiful. Except it was really cloudy and we didn't really get to see the sunrise. Right. What was your first paying job? I used to work for my parents when I was like 8 or 9. So I would walk around the neighborhood and put one of these prospects in every mailbox. When was the first time you flew on an airplane? The first time I probably flew on an airplane was either Kreta or Rhodos, which is both in Greece, and they're like two islands, and I know we went to both of them like the following year, so I don't know which was first, and I do think that was my very first time. Ever since I've been flying a bunch of times on an airplane and I love it. When was the first time you moved houses? Funny story. About a year ago. I actually did move when I was about 3 months old, but ever since I've always stayed in the same place until I got my own apartment where I'm living right now, so I never moved. When I moved in here, I promised I was never gonna move again because it's so hard, it's really exhausting. What was the first concert you went to see? I can actually say I attended so many concerts, but I would say the first very big kind of concert was Orisha. They're a Cuban Latin band and I love them, and I have a mom with me. For the next following years I would go to their concert every year with friends. What was your first forgettable hairstyle? My undercut, my side cut, my dreadlocks. No, actually I didn't regret any of these, but I did have some moments where I actually regretted and felt sorry for cutting my hair super short and shaving it, because growing out hair is such a pain in the arse, but I'm really glad I did it. It was a really nice experience to have short hair for once, and I think everyone should have done it. When was the first time you cooked class? So funny story, it was in 8th grade and it was Latin class. We had this super nice teacher, and we decided to cook class for the very first time, and we went to the city to be as far as possible from the classroom so he couldn't see us. Couldn't actually enjoy the time out of school because we felt so sorry for him being all there by himself without us. So we actually bought a cake and went back to class and apologized for not showing up. So that was actually the first time we tried to cut class. How old were you when you had your first kiss? But opposed to most people in this world, I do not remember my first kiss. But I would say it was in kindergarten. His name was Adrian. He was blonde, he was really short, and I was super tall at that age, so basically he could have been my little brother. It was my kindergarten crush, and I'm pretty sure we kissed back in this little house when we played mom and dad in the house. What was your first tweet? It's going really slow. It's watching the Ellen Show. What else? And that was made on December 2009. So I was legit on Twitter in 2009, end of 2009, but I haven't really tweeted, so I tweeted a bunch of times in 2009. We actually just jumped to 2016. We just recently started tweeting again, so if you do not follow me on Twitter, it's Dami Aridi, link it right here, as everywhere else. When was the first time you threw a punch? I remember that one. I'm very defensive and very protective when it comes to my friends and family. My very first actual real punch was in 2nd grade, and the guy that I hit was about in 5th grade, so he was way older, but he actually offended and teased one of my closest friends from class. I got really angry, I got really mad. Do not mess with Matt Dominic because that's not a good thing to do. I highly recommend you do not do that. I remember that he was standing like this, and like I was jumping on his back, like a backpack, and I would hit him in the face like from the back, and I remember he got a bloody nose and had to go and show the teachers, but they didn't actually do anything because it was like 3 years younger than he was, and it kind of made it look like I didn't really want to hurt him, or I thought I had no chance to hurting him, except I knew I had. That's how I defended my friend. If you're one of my friends and you ever get teased or spit at from someone else, expect me to protect you with all my heart and all my body. What's your first Instagram picture? This is gonna be even longer. Pretty sure I actually deleted the very first one because it would have been my ex-boyfriend and I in the car on our way to the mountain. My current Instagram picture 169 weeks ago. So I remember when I was taking it was me in a sparkly dress, and it was in H&M. I tried it on, I snapped a picture, and I didn't buy it at that point, but to this day I still regret not buying it because it was really pretty. So guys, this is it from this week's video with all my first times and first things in my life. If you want to know about another first time, another first thing, comment down below and ask me. Give this video a big thumbs up, follow me on all social media, subscribe to my channel, and this is a wrap.